We continue to follow the latest developments out of Connecticut following yesterday's crash of a World War II era B-17 into a de-icing facility at Bradley International Airport. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on this Thursday. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordan Jaggelinzer. Connecticut State Police revealing the identities of the 14 victims, both deceased and injured in yesterday's crash.
And they say 3 Western Mass residents were on that flight. 56-year-old David Broderick of West Springfield died in the crash. 48-year-old Jim Roberts of Ludlow is presumed dead, and 36-year-old Andy Barrett of South Hadley was injured.
Meantime, the NTSB is continuing to investigate the reason behind yesterday's crash. They shared this video on their official Twitter account earlier today. The video is as close as we've gotten to the wreckage and shows just how devastating the crash was when the plane from the 1940s crashed into that de-icing facility. Pilots everywhere are reacting to the deadly B-17 plane crash at Bradley International Airport. Welcome back to Western Mass News at 4:30. I'm Jordan Jaggelinzer.
And now Western Mass News reporter Caroline Powers spoke to a civilian pilot who also served 21 years in the Army Guard in Aviation Battalion.
The first thing that goes through your mind is, hopefully no one perished in the accident.
Jesus Pereira says he hasn't stopped thinking about the B-17 plane crash at Bradley International Airport.
It's one thing to lose a vintage aircraft, but then when there's loss of life, it's just a tragedy.
Jesus has been a private pilot since 2002. He tells Western Mass News he hasn't flown in a B-17 before, but has taken rides in other smaller vintage aircraft. He says it's important people don't let fear take over after Wednesday's deadly crash.
I don't want any hysteria being drummed up based off of this accident. I mean, we have fatal car accidents every day, and we really don't talk about it that much because it's just normalized. This was just one event out of the tens of thousands of flights that go on every day. The fact that the aircraft was vintage probably had not much to do with it. You might have mechanical failures, but you can have a mechanical failure in a brand new aircraft. Folks like the Collins Foundation do a phenomenal job of restoring aircraft, getting them back in the air, and showing the world what we used to have in our arsenal here in the U.S. Army Air Corps. So it's a sad day all around for all aviators.
Jesus says still, anytime there is a tragic accident, it's a reminder that safety comes first in everything.
These aircraft that are flown on a regular basis and for hire are inspected every 100 hours. There's tons of maintenance that goes on them. That's why it's so expensive to fly them. There's a lot that goes into safety. This was just a tragic event.
In Northampton, Caroline Powers, Western Mass News.